This is Roxy, our Kerry Blue Terrier, and she was 6 in June. And we've had her for nearly 4 years now. Next week it'll be 4 years. And she was a rescue. And then this is Scooby the cockapoo, who is 2 in November. And we've had him from a puppy, and we got him just before lockdown.
He's supposed to be Roxy's side.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Susie wanted a cockerpoo originally, and I didn't want a small dog. No, we want another dog about Roxy size. And then we got the smallest cockapoo in the world. But
have you had the cockapoo since puppy, or
yeah.
Okay, so you didn't go down the rescue route for that then?
No, that was a weak moment on my part.
So you got Roxy. Was it through the Kerry Blue Terrier rescue at the time, or was it before we got started?
No, it was through the rescue. Her advert was in Pets for Homes, and someone, I don't know who, someone shared it on the rescue page. Obviously, that's not the rescue's remit to buy dogs. Their remit is to rehome and look after and make sure Kerry Blues are across the country and across the world are looked after properly. So I spoke to Steve, and we contacted the seller, and we bought her ourselves.
The reason Susie wanted to buy her is because she said she looked like Alfie, which is her first ever Kerry Blue Terrier. Well, I said to her I said, but they all look the same. They're all black. They all look exactly the same. I don't know what you're talking about. But eventually, when we got her, the guy gave her the papers. She's great niece of Alfie.
Oh, wow.
Unbelievable. From the same place in Swansea that Alfie came from.
And you went into it not knowing that. So it's absolutely meant to be. So how long did you have Alfie for?
Alfie was my first Kerry Blue. I was inspired to get him because I saw the Kerry Blue in Crufts in 2000. 4 years later, when I was in a position to get my own dog, I've sourced the breeder, and Alfie was the last puppy left, the only one still waiting for a home. So I drove to Swansea and bought him, and he was 7 weeks old. And I had him for his whole life until he passed away in 2017 at the age of 13. He was great, and we had so much fun together. He was a real character.
Ice Bucket Challenge.
Was Alfie your first dog in your life?
Yeah, first dog, first Kerry. Had absolutely no experience of dog ownership. Had no idea how willful and stubborn the breed could be, and had to learn very quickly. He had a little bit of dog aversion. He wasn't great with other dogs, but in the home he was just perfect and really easy at the end of the day. I was very lucky.
He was brilliant with people as well, and kids. Yeah. He loved people. He just was horrible with other dogs.
Do you see any similar traits in Roxy?
Roxy's much easier. She's a gentler soul. She's good with other dogs. We've never had a problem with her, touch wood. Fantastic with Scooby. And I think probably that the poor start she had in life has probably shaped her and made her character like it is. She just wants her bed, her food and a cuddle at the end of the day.
I think part of it with Roxy is the fact that we found out that the first 2 years of her life she'd been in a garage. She wasn't out very often, and when Susie saw the advert, she was jet black, but advertised as a 2-year-old Kerry Blue. Well, they've normally started going grey by then, and she was still jet black.
Yeah.
And it took probably 3 or 4 months after we got her, and when we got her, she absolutely stank. She hadn't been washed or cleaned, I think, ever. She had eye infections, and all her fur was matted. And I think she had such a bad start that, she now has become more and more like a puppy the longer we've had her. And I think he helps as well, because he's just so full of it.
And one thing that was great for us, and we were so thankful for, is Judith, who you spoke to a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
The day after we brought Roxy home, Judith came hot-footing it from Saffron Walden with loads of medications and potions, and sat with us for over an hour and just helped us with Roxy with her eye infection, her ear infection, gave us some great advice, and left us with some medication, and can't thank her enough. It was just amazing. Marvelous. And that's just the whole spirit of the rescue team, really.
Can we swap dogs over so we can see Roxy? And
yeah.
Is that okay? I can understand your dogs might have favourites, but
that's right. She's got one slightly gammy ear, but it doesn't really affect her.
It's wonky.
I think she's probably been hit and it's been broken, but it's a bit snow dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Oh, Roxy is absolutely beautiful. I love how you've got her trimmed, less sort of show standard, more just dog.
It's more teddy bear dog, really, because that's what they, that's what they're like. We don't like the big fall, and we don't like the big beard, especially when they have a drink and then they spend the next 20 minutes walking water around the house, which is bad enough when it is like this.
I mean, I do her myself. She doesn't go to a groomer's. I have to keep her tidy myself. And it's great girly time for us. It's an hour and a half, and she just loves the attention. I've got brushes, and I've got some ear clippers, which I haven't used this time, so her ears are a bit untidy. But we actually, in the utility room, we've got a little bit of work surface, and I lift her up and pop her up there, and she'll stand there as long as I ask her to, and she just loves it.
That's absolutely lovely. She seems incredibly obedient. Did you have any early training issues or anything you had to overcome when you got her? Or
yeah, she didn't have a name for a start. When I asked the guy what her name was, he just went, "Oh, well, no, lady." So she didn't know how to walk on a lead. She just to jump around on the end of the lead. She didn't know any commands.
She couldn't stand on her back legs either.
Her back legs were very weak.
So weak, she couldn't stand on her back legs. Now she does it all the time.
Because she'd been in the confined area, she didn't have a lot of muscle tone. But she learnt really quick. We did have another dog at the time. We had Kizzy, who also came to us through the rescue.
Was Kizzy another Kerry?
Yes.
Yeah. Kizzy the Kerry bloke.
Were you fostering her at the time then?
No, we rehomed her. Her owner died, so she hadn't been through a bad time. It was just unfortunate circumstances, and we rehomed her in June 2016. We got Roxy in the October 2017, and Roxy learnt a lot from Kizzy. It was really good to have that other dog. No. And the only thing Roxy struggled with at first was house training. She'd obviously never ever been in a house or never had that discipline, and that took a few months. But she got there. She got it in the end. It all fell into place, and she's great.
Do you go on any holidays with your dogs? Do you go on adventures and stuff like that?
Yeah, no, we holiday in the UK. We take the dogs with us. We love it. That's the whole part of having them, really, is spending time with them and enjoying them. So,
and they've taken to being in different modes of transport perfectly fine, have they?
Yeah, I mean, Roxy didn't like cars at all when we first had her. I'd say probably for the first couple of years, she really didn't enjoy going on journeys. She used to sort of lay there and shake a little bit. No. But certainly since we've had Scooby, he's just a dream in the car. He just doesn't care. He's happy wherever he is. And I think she's seen that he's relaxed, and she's learnt that from him.
It's always nice to have two dogs and at different ages. It makes the younger ones so much easier to train.
What do you see them sort of mimicking each other a bit then in the...
Yeah, they learn from each other. And I'll be honest, I think Roxy's learnt some stuff from Scooby, really. It's quite strange. But he's just such a strong character that she's actually learnt stuff of him. And now she plays ball. I mean, only quite recently, she's actually started playing with a tug toy with him. And she has never been interested in balls, tug toys, anything.
Wow.
She's actually realised that the other day she's gone and picked it up and took it to him. And he's got the other end. And she lets him win, but she does give it a pull. She growls at him. But she lets him win anyway.
Isn't that fantastic?
Crazy. She's 6 years old and learnt that.
She sits on the stairs. She's always sat on the stairs and looked out the front door with her back legs on one stair and her front legs on the stair below.
Oh, kind of,
yeah. But Scooby copies her. When we first got Scooby and he saw it, he thought, "Oh, this is what we do, is it?" And his little front paws wouldn't reach the bottom stair.
Oh, so just like dangling.
Yeah.